Alright, so this is how DayZ editor works. So you download the mod, like anything else, you go to workshop, subscribe to the mod, open up the launcher so it downloads, and then what you do is go to mods, and then what I do is I save a preset, but you load the DayZ editor, loader, and then any other in Dab's framework and CF also. Those four have to be loaded. And then any other mods that have items you want to be able to place. So, my server pack has like some custom signs in it. This one has trader signs, weapons, gear, storage, stuff like that. So you can use this to load like props for traders. If you don't want to load any props for traders, don't worry about like that one. Just do like anything you want to be able to place. You got to load that mod. All right, and then make yourself a preset like this, and just save it. Um, just load all the mods you want. Hit save as, name it, and then you got your DayZ editor preset. And then all you gotta do is anytime you want to go to the editor, you just open up the launcher, go to mods, load that preset, and then just hit play. It doesn't actually load the game; it just loads the editor. And then I'll show you how to, once you get in here, what you gotta do. It takes a minute to load up, so. But once it's loaded, if you're doing a fresh, like you're starting from scratch, you just go to whatever area you want, start adding stuff or removing stuff. If you're using expansion and you want to just edit like a trader zone and switch the traders to ATMs or whatever, you can load up the map file, like the objects map file, um, and just change it. So like since you're on Chernarus, if you're on one of the other ones, you gotta add it in here. Also, if you're on a custom map, you have to load that mod in too whenever you load up the editor, and then it'll be here to pick. So I think that's how it works. I've never actually done a custom mod or custom map mod, so but I've seen other people do it and talk about it. All right. So then once you load in, like I said, if you're not, let me change the weather here. All right, man. I'll change it to like July. There you go. It's still snowing for some reason. There we go. So you just go to whatever area you want and start building. All right, but if you have a file already, like I do, the one I was just working on is my hunting trader. So it takes you back to where you last were. So, like I'm making a hunting trader right here. And it's up here on the map. So, right here. And then if you want to go to a certain spot on the map, like, let's say you want to edit the Kamanka trader, if you're going to put one there. Okay, you just right click to grab the map and move it, and then scroll in. And then when you get to where you want the camera to be, you just press the middle mouse button. Alright, and then hit the M key to get out of the map. So there you go, and then you just place whatever you want to place. Like let's say you want to place vending machines. Alright, so I don't have vending machines, but I'll just say like ATM. So, alright, just figure out where you want to place it. If it needs to be adjusted, you can, when it's clicked on and highlighted, double click it, it takes you to like the properties. You can edit the scale, adjust the location really precisely with these. So once it's selected, you can either click up here to these, which is, you got a scaling mode, which will let you adjust the sizes. I haven't messed with that because you can mess it up real easy. Rotation mode is so you can, rotate it. You can also do, this way and this way. And then you just have movement mode, which will let you move it without adjusting anything. Because when you move it with the mouse, it'll like hop over stuff, right? So, but let's say you want to get it super close to something without it accidentally starting to go up, right? That's what this is for. So, alright, it'll let you move it even if it collides with something. So, that's what that's for. So you can get precise movement and placement without it starting to go up over stuff, like that. So, or whatever. So, and then once you're done, you're with whatever edit you're doing, just go save as. Save it as a DayZ file unless you're going to use expansion to load it in, then you want to save it as a .map file. If you want to save it as a .map file, you go to export and then expansion .map. And then just rename it. If you're only editing a few things, or just adding a few things to load in with like a JSON or another file, make sure you have those things selected and then hit export selected only. But if you're just doing a whole scene and that's the only thing you've edited, then you just save it as a .map file, hit export, and then when you go out you can add that into your files. And then if you do a DayZ file, that you have to have DayZ editor loader to load those. But that's what all mine are. Is like the Black Market, Green Mountain Trader, Kamanka, Krasenstab, Hunting Trader. And then when you want to load those in, I'll show you how to do that. Just give me a second here. The only thing I don't like about the editor is it takes, to load it up, it makes sense for it to take a minute. Because it's basically loading the game, but without any of like the AI and stuff like that. And it doesn't load any loot in and stuff, but it's basically loading like a bare bones version of the game with just the map and the stuff that loads in stock. Alright, so this is my local server files, but once you're done, go to MP missions, editor files. When you do the DayZ editor loader, it'll generate this file. And this is where you put them all. So, and then I would go to, it saves them to documents and DayZ editor, and there's all your files that you've made. So let's, like, if I wanted to, like, I can upload my hunting trader because I just started messing with that. It's not done yet, but I can go ahead and add those to it. I leave all the files in here unless it's just a temporary file, like this one I could delete. That was just to generate a position for a trader and like a AI character. So that these I can delete. I just haven't done it yet. There you go. So the removals is what I do is when I start a new area, I'll go in and delete all the trees or whatever I want to get rid of first, save it as removals. And then I'll start working on adding stuff. And I save the removals in here also, but it helps to, if the removals ever stop working in this file, you can, if this file's loaded, you can actually load this file up and make sure it's working right, or just generate a new one. It's kind of glitchy sometimes when it comes to removals, so that's why I do both. So there you go. So that's how you do it. And then when you load up the server, it'll load in all the new stuff and all the removals and whatnot. So yeah, it's not super hard. It's easier once you get used to using the editor. It's a lot faster and easier than like going in game and using like VPP admin tools, the builder or whatever in that. So. But if you need any help, let me know. It's not hard at all. So, there you go.